Welcome to Dover International Speedway here, also known as kind of Turn 2 Hell. I plan to see a lot of guys spinning out on the exit of 2, having somebody pinched up under them. 160 laps. You're going to pull up the qualifying results here right now, and I will go back up to the top of those. This is the Racers Elite League. Riley Frost first, Nathan Brzezowski second, Kinsley Smith third, Troy Thomas fourth, fifth, Andrew Teff sixth, Gary Bowman seventh, Leroy Koblentz eighth, Alex Teff ninth, Aaron Marquise 10th, Hayden Malcolm 11th, Truth Hoke 13th, Ed Jurgen 12th, Ed Jurgen 13th, Alan Bergen 14th, John Ross 15th, Christopher Pendle 16th, Matt Metler 17th will be no one, because that is the whole field tonight. So waiting for these guys to all grid here. Looking at highest IR in the field at the moment. That would be 96 of Riley Frost. Some race info here. All really put was turn 2 hell. You can see the shape of the track a little bit over a mile. 3 and 4 is completely different than 1 and 2 though. Drivers, if they do fight in 1 and 2, as I need to get them all a paint refresh again, so let me do that here shortly, as I wanted to clear up all the paints. 160 laps here, and there is one fast repair, 65% fuel, so lap 50 maybe on their fuel is when they'll have to come back down, possibly, is what I would be thinking, as I'm having a internet issue here. I'm dropping frames. Don't know what my connection is at the moment. Go variable bit rate. Wait, no, that's not the right one. But you see pace car does pull off here, as the starter will have the flag in his hand, as the green flag is in the air. We are back underway, and Kinsley Smith spins it right off the start. That will be a quick caution here. I'm trying to set something here in a minute, so let me do this very, very quickly. Let me go with a 8,000 bit rate. Hopefully that will do something for it. I don't know why I am having a connection issue. But that is a quick caution. Very, very quick caution. See the 92 with damage at Ed Jurgen. I'm going to go back and look and see what happened that caused all of this. And it's just a misshift there from Kinsley, I think. That's what it looks like, for me at least. He got into second. He needed to start in first there. It's cold tires, and that's going to happen every now and then. I'm going to look at this issue here for just a minute, so give me just a second. What is it wanting to do here? Yeah, that's giving me a really choppy feed. Is it doing it on the other stream, or is it just this one? It looks like it's picking back up here, so it may just be internet thing going on. Yeah, that's odd. I don't have a internet. I don't know what that was. That was weird. See if I can bump it up to what bit rate do I need? .62, yeah, so I will put it at 10,000. Or 10,000 bit rate on that one. So sorry about that. I got that fixed. I don't know what that was. Just a bit rate issue that was going on. These guys are down pit road at the moment. Kinsley is destroyed. He had to jump the pits. His race may be over before it even starts, really. The lights do go off on the pace truck here. The next time by, they will get the green flag. Already some drivers taken out of contention, though, early on in the race. So we'll see how these guys will fare on the restart now instead of the whatever we want to call it at the start there. Frost still the control car for the start of the race. We can't even really call that initial start a start, to be honest with you. And pace truck will pull in. As the green flag is in the air, we are back underway here. It gets out to a pretty good jump. Taft is able to fall into third. Everybody else is going to try to race each other down the backstretch. Pretty clean, even all throughout the 0-0 of Alex Bergen, or Alan Bergen. As we see two guys get in the wall. These are guys that are in the back of the pack that were involved in the wreck. Kinsley made his way back out here. The Matt Mentler powering up off that bottom. 42 is really trying to hook the bottom there, get a good run, and he's able to do it a little bit. The 41 gets the wall just a tad. I think he should be able to keep it straight, as he will pretty much. See him look down to the inside. That's a horrible camera angle. All right, this is kind of stack everybody else up. What will the 41 do? The 41 is just going to look like he's going to kind of give way. Hoke goes on by, also follows him in line. These guys are bouncing the cars off the wall coming off of 3 and 4. Would have more have expected to see it happen coming off of 2, but yet to see it there at least, and that's the one spot that I really expected it to be. Looking at Mentler right now currently. Right now, the biggest mover is Pendell. He is currently up 8 positions at the moment. He's looking for more. He's looking at that 42, trying to get this position behind him. These guys seem pretty... No, I'm not even going to say it, because then I'll curse him. Koblentz is looking to the inside. Not going to be able to get a good enough of a look in there, as he'll just have to race down the backstretch. As Pendell will look to the inside of him instead. That Dr. Pepper Ford Mustang. Race leader is Riley Frost. Looks like he's running up off of the bottom, kind of diamond in the corner. Not really holding it close down to the bottom, which is probably not a bad idea. in the 98. Still going to hold on to his third position. Pendle, he's up 9 now at this point. If he can make a run or if he's burning off his tires too early. One thing these guys have to be really cautious about is burning off those tires. Hope's going to look to the inside of Andrew. Andrew's not going to give him a nose anywhere. So he's going to get a pretty good run down those backstretch. That kind of diamonds that corner off again. He's going to look to the inside again. Andrew's going to let him attempt an inside pass since Hope will get in there pretty deep. And Andrew runs up the track a little bit. And they'll be able to get that pass done. See where Hope can go. Hope's times 23.8. Everyone's pretty much 23.8. Hope, or as Tef just ran at 23.73. He might have found something that lap right there. He's going to look to the inside of Hope. Not going to be close enough. They're going to still give him a peek down the backstretch. Hope will let him look inside. I don't think he's going to be able to get that position though. Hope runs it a little bit high as Andrew down to the inside wall, pounds it, and back up the track almost in the path of Koblenz. That may have just killed the steering on Andrew's car. Yeah, that steering looks like it's a handful. And it's definitely knocked it in, that's for sure. As we can see the stands here at Dover, that is an issue that they need to fix. Yeah, that has killed the steering of that car 100%. He's gonna have to be side steering that the whole entire time. Looking at the 29 of Bowman at the moment. He's down 1 position from where he qualified. You see the 3 of Troy Thomas there with a little bit of front end damage. I think he was one of the guys. Yeah, he was one of the guys that got involved in that lap 1 incident. As he's going to get loose also. Him and the 41 of Marcus both get loose. That 41 will now go to the top so you can get a massive run off the top. He will be able to do that. But Pendle, he is still working his way up here. He's up to 3rd now at the moment. Now he'll be looking for 4th here soon. Tef will come down pit road. I was going to say he probably going to use that fast repair because it's knocked that steering in pretty good. That car, I would not think that he would be staying out with this damage. Boogie, these are real people who are driving. So Each car is controlled by a person with their own sim rig at home, and there is a way to hear the drivers, but I have my radio muted because we'd be hearing them talk all the time. So that's why we don't hear them say anything. But these are real people. These are not AI. 29 and the 91 are going to go at it. 29's going to put himself in the wall. The 91's going to try to steer off the wall. It's Hayden Malcolm and Jurgen going at it for the... This is for 11th. 91 kind of gives it to him. These guys are about to wreck coming off the corner. Bergen right here, if we had a clean car contest, he'd be winning. I think Mettler just about took down the wall there. He almost did. As the 07 of Brzezowski will get past Frost. Frost, just use the wall to turn. Use it to turn. Might as well. You got it, use it. Oh, 07, he will get the lead here. I want to see how long he's going to be able to hold it. And I expect about lap 50 is when we'll have some pit stops going on, possibly. Malcolm will come down pit road. That's going to be probably 4 tires and fuel. I wouldn't be surprised if some people burn their tires off because of how tight this track can be. If you get in there wrong, you're really gonna feel it. Frost has already fallen about 1.5 seconds behind. I'm going to see how good the 07 is on these tires. See how aggressive he gets in. Enters decently shallow. He lets the car really travel up the track. I can hear the tires screeching. And then gets on it down the back stretch. Until he's pretty much off the throttle basically the whole entire time, he's letting it turn, that's for sure. Yeah, Frost, he's falling off a cliff. A lot of these guys are falling off a cliff incredibly fast. I wouldn't think that that just doesn't make any sense that it'd be the fuel. That doesn't make any sense at all. We got kind of seventh and sixth. They're close to each other. Hoke is getting run down by Troy. Troy is probably going to pass these two in a minute. See, Kinsley's back. He's back on track after he had an incident pretty early on. Couldn't get it, or he got it going in first, shifted to second, and when he got it into second, it just spun it right around. That's a lap car that will get around Nathan in a minute. 91 has already came down pit road. Frost is surprisingly fallen off pretty quickly. I don't know how he's burned this car off, but he has. He's also been bouncing it off the wall. That can't be helping it either. .42 is gonna get by him here, so it's Koblenz. Will easily get that position. They're not running slow compared to Nathan, but they're just actually, well, that's going to slow him down a lot. When you chase it down the track, that's not going to help. He still ran a faster lap, 24.80. Pretty much just have to keep it going from that point on. Metler will come down pit road now. He will get 4 tires and fuel. Pit stall so far back it doesn't even register as a pit stall. ProRentalAmerica.com is a sponsor of Nathan. 46 lap or 47 of 160 down currently. Hayden is back down pit road. That's interesting. This is when we need one of NASCAR's phantom cautions for debris. Not too much action going on. Maybe around Kendall here soon, as he's kind of backtracked here as Hoke and these guys are going at it for position back here at the moment. Got Thomas, Hoke, and Marquise all over here. And it looks like these guys are really beating up that right front. You can see just the nicks of damage from those guys going up there and hitting it. More of them are doing that too. I'm surprised they're all doing that. Koblenz has kind of evened out now. I've noticed that he's not been losing time. I think he's finally found something that's working for him at the moment. Have to keep an eye on that. See how well that works for him. He's going to lose some time on that lap, though. Gary Bowman, I've been very quiet. He's been working his way up here. He's up 3 positions where he started, qualified 6. That car looks pretty clean, just all around. Just been staying off the wall, not getting really near anybody. Not giving them a chance to get damaged. First, second, fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh have yet to pit. Keep that in mind. So we'll have to see if maybe they can try to hop Nathan. I don't think they're going to try to hop him at all, though. It just doesn't. I don't think they have the. I don't know. I just don't think anything you can do can make up 5 seconds at the moment. We do have somebody else came down pit road, but then it went away. Alex Teff just came down pit road. Metler, he's going to get passed here by the 92 of Jurgen, but that's not for position. So these guys have fallen off about 2nd and 4/10 on the lap. Somebody else just came down pit road. I could hear the... It's Alex Bergen, that's who it was. The 3 and the 92. This 92 is on fresh tires. So Jurgen will be flying around these guys. His job is just don't wreck anybody getting through them. Realize that you've got a lot of pressure tires, so they might not be expecting you to come up as quick as you are. It's 60 laps of 160 down, 100 laps to go. As Bowman, yeah, now we're going to have the leaders do pit stops now. Let's say I was looking at that. I looked over for half a second, and then I see these guys on pit road now. So this is about what I thought. It's a little bit further. I was going to say 60, but I decided to go 50 on their pit stop. So should see them again at lap 120 possibly. Only thing that Nathan needs to do is not speed, as Frost will come down pit road and hit the barrels and slide to a stop. Had to pull a Kyle Larson here at Homestead. Oh, he tried to get all he could. Just a little too much. Gonna hurt him. Pendle is down pit road. Teff came in at lap 24. That's not a good idea. He probably needs to come back down. Yeah, Frost is down. Pendle's down. Nathan will be getting his lead back here very, very soon. See, he will do that now. He tapped. He's going to have to come back down at lap 80, about 87, if I had to guess for him. Yeah, probably about lap 87 for him. He is 7 seconds ahead, but you're going to see this lead just absolutely disintegrate here soon. He will not be holding on to that lead for much longer. So he lost about a whole second that lap. He'll probably lose another second this lap. He could do it. He may be trying to do it on... Oh, he's going to be short. He'll be at lap 140. He'll still be short. I'm going to say he can't make it overall anywhere. Thought he could, then I thought about it and I realized no, he actually can't make it in general. Kurgan surprisingly worked out well. He's up to 6th, but he's on go to lap. He actually can do it on one pit stop too. One more pit stop for him. He'll pit at lap 100 pretty much. 104 possibly for him, but Troy's gonna run by him in a minute. Unless he plays hard to get. Yeah, Teft is he's gonna get blown by here in a moment. See Teft, he'll come down pit road now. I had a feeling he was going to eventually come down pit road. See if he Larsons it into pit road here. As he will not. It does lock it up. Make sure he has to get down to pit road speed in time. So that will give pretty much Nathan the same lead that he had before. 5 seconds. Koblenz. Or Koblenz, sorry, not Cobb, Koblenz. Is actually chasing down Bowman here, and he's got 1 lap older tires. Bowman has the freshest tires of this group that came out. He is lap 61. So I want to see, actually, Bowman, he's the highest IR here too. Besides Deron Ross. Can Bowman catch them all? He just picked up about 3/10 of that last lap. I'd wonder if this 07, if he's just being gentle with his tires. I wouldn't think that... Let's just see. Let's see how Bowman works this. Will he be able to kind of steal one here? Bowman's catching him. He just picked up about 5/10 of that lap too, so we might have a race here. We are getting close to halfway. 5 more laps, and that'll be halfway in the race. And Bowman's cut off a second here now. This 07 might have to start worrying. Bowman's still catching him. He's running about a tenth faster every single lap. I don't even know. Let's see how this will go for him. So he's got it. And he's running faster every single lap. This isn't like it's a one-lap thing. That time he was 4/10 faster. He's about 3.5 seconds back. That lap, he's 2/10 again. It's gonna be this lap, pretty much identical that time, so I don't think he's gonna gain any this time. He actually lost just a little bit. But Nathan's getting into some traffic here. These are lap cars that are gonna try to get around him, so this can mess him up. Lap, he's pretty much even, so they've evened out now at this point. They've stopped gaining, so maybe the 60 or maybe the 29 burnt his he's getting into some lap traffic here though. This lap traffic could be affecting him aero wise, trying to get through everything possibly. Yeah, this time he ran a 20. Yeah, he lost 3/10 that lap. I guess it may have been Tef just getting into some lap traffic at the end. That's the wrong spot to catch him to. He caught him in a horrible spot. They lose about a tenth off of that alone. You do not want to catch them off of 2. That is a bad place to catch somebody. I try to time these passes and everything. Boogie, you are imagining things. They do not do Formula 1 type rules with pit stops. It's a single lug now for the Cup Series, but no, it's not anything like F1. And they do talk crap to each other during the race. I know 100% they do. Guys will go 3 wide for this position. This is not for a position, though. 92. Jurgen, he's on an off strategy, and it's evidently not working too well for him. But Nathan's gained back that time that he lost, so maybe just a little bit of panic set in, then backed away pretty quickly on him. Jurgen will come down pit road now, so he'll have to do at least one more pit stop. He won't be able to make it to the end. Not on the fuel that he has. We got Troy and Pendle. Looks like they're going for position. This is for 5th at the moment. Pendle's going to look to the inside of Troy, and I think Troy just kind of gave it to him there. Didn't really put up too much of a fight. Troy actually has to chase it back down the track, so he got loose there. He just decided to let it go. Bergen, Mettler's down. Mettler may have wrecked or he just quit the race because he is sitting on pit road. I just now looked over and saw that. I don't know what was going on with him. Thomas is still trying to catch Pendle here. Now he's tight. Go on board here since it's kind of been a pretty quiet race. We'll go on board here for 2 laps with 6 random drivers, and we'll start that again. Or we'll start it when he gets to the start and finish line, and we'll actually start with the leader in the gyro cam. Kind of hear what his throttle trace sounds like all around the track at the moment. kind of stop that there. Bowman's kind of evened out that lead again. He's not bleeding any more time. He's actually running just a little bit faster. Not incredibly faster, but again, just a little bit faster as Troy and Truth are about to get into it here again. Troy is chasing down Truth, trying to get to him. This is for 6th position. Sorry, 5th. What is this? No, 4th position. Where's Alex at? I'm so confused. No, that is for 6th, and we have 6th position up for grabs and 4th position up for grabs at the moment. Kendall might be able to get by Alex Teft here, as he does have 7 lap fresher tires. He's gonna get that high exit, or sorry, high entry, low exit. He's able to put the power down immediately. Bowman, he's just having to chase him. I don't know if he could undercut. I don't think that's gonna work. I think that it's just gonna be too much of a challenge. I don't know if these guys do any road courses. Yeah, I don't think this league has ran any road courses yet. I don't think so. They do mainly money races and kind of just some one-off stuff to where they can just have a lot of fun. But Pendle did get by Teft, and I'm not surprised by that one bit. Alex Teft, that is. Andrew Teft is 1 lap down at the moment. Marquise is who he's trying to catch, but Marquise pitted. He's actually basically a whole lap ahead of him pretty much at this point. It'll take a miracle for him to catch him. Alex Teft, he's down pit road again. Let's see when Bowman wants to come down. He pit on lap 61, so possibly 120 is when he can come down pit road. That's what I could think that he'd be doing. Just have to see. He's 6 seconds behind, so he's definitely still losing a lot of time. Bowman looks like he's getting a little bit tight, as everybody's just smoking the wall coming off the 4. I keep noticing that. They're just bouncing. They just bounce off and keep going pretty much is what I see. Troy and Truth are Troy and Oak and Thomas are still separated by a second at the moment. Again, they'll pit one more time, and then that'll be the end of their pit stops that they'll need to do now. They can make it in the window. It's just when do they go in the window is a question. And Nathan is just set and sail. He's probably gotten in a rhythm now to where he knows what he's doing. See, Koblenz is now down pit road. See, when Nathan wants to come down. When will he come down pit road now? Thomas will come down. See how long Nathan stays out. Nathan can stay out for a pretty long time. Troy's down. Koblenz is down. Or Koblenz. I don't know why I keep saying Cobb. He literally has the same spelling as my name, Koblenz. Gotta remember Koblenz. On a C-O-B-L-E-R, his is C-O-B-L-E-N-T-Z. So Koblenz is his name. I gotta keep remembering that. When is Bowman gonna come down pit road? He actually already did. I did not realize that. He came down pit road already. Lap 110. So how long is Nathan gonna stay out here? He does have a lot of time he can give up though. He had at least 5 seconds minimum he could give up. You don't want to give up too much time though and get stuck behind, but he's going to have that huge tire advantage though. The pace car, or not pace car. Nathan will pull in, Pendle and Hoke will stay out. So they're going to need to pit here soon. The only thing Nathan needs to worry about is a speeding penalty. Just do not speed. That is the only thing he cannot be caught for here. Anything else, he's pretty much got it in the bag at this point. That's Hoke and Teft. Andrew Teft, that is. This is not for position. Pendle still needs to come and pit. Hope needs to pit. Marquise needs to pit. Nathan will get out and away. Hold on here a minute. Bowman is going to make up a lot. He's actually going to get past him. So 7 lap fresher tires for Bowman. Nathan gave up a little bit too much time here. Let's see if those 7 lap fresher tires can come to his advantage soon. That's going to be the question. He waited, and I had a feeling that was going to eventually bite him, and it did. We just have to wait and see. Will that get him in the long run? I know, but the goal of Bowman right now is to get as many cars between you and him as possible. Make him get held up by as many lap cars as you can. Got 39 laps to do that too. To get as many people as possible now. I know 7 might catch Bowman here really soon because he's on his tail. Let's see what Nathan can do. Bowman, I know he wants to get he's going to try to get Troy between him and that '07 as quickly as possible. Now the question is, how hard does Bowman fight to keep the lead here? Does he fight him ridiculously hard, or does he fight him and or does he just let him go? I think you've got to fight here. If you are this 29, go down an arrow block him, do whatever you can. He's not really able to do that. He's gonna get a horrible bite off the corner, and that '07 is gonna look to the inside. See how hard Bowman wants to defend. Gonna go in there, and he's gonna be able to hold it on the outside, so that '07 is not gonna be able to get the pass done quite just yet. Much more aggressive as Bowman. He just lets him go there. Did not even really fight him. '07 actually gets in the wall. Not what you want to see. And Nathan, he's just got to... The only thing that can mess up Nathan here is if cars wreck in front of him. And I saw that happen before. Lap cars wreck and take out the leader. But it's not out of the picture at all. These guys have been bouncing it off the wall and off the floor. I've been noticing that. We're going to go on board here with the top two for 3 laps each. Just kind of see what different lines these two are running, because they're not running the exact same one. I think half of it's because of tires and half of it's because one of them's getting in way too deep. We'll see here when they go to the start-finish line here in a moment. We'll go on board with Nathan first. You can see a little bit of a difference there especially when lap cars get behind you, and it really shoves these guys up the track pretty hard. Look at Alex Teff, he's got destroyed right front. That car is beat in on that side. That's 100% probably rubbing on that tire. There's only 5 cars on the lead lap. This is a Kyle Larson type race at this point is what it's got to. Kind of surprised by that, but hey, whatever happens, happens, really. I've been to 4 races. I've been to Bristol 3 times and Atlanta twice. Or, sorry, Bristol 3 times and Atlanta once. The 2 races that I've been there because I'm a Larson fan. The 2 races that Larson have won that I've been to has been pretty boring races. This is what it's been. It's Larson either destroys the field or doesn't. This is what we're seeing right now, too. Bowman, he is going to keep falling back here because tires, and I think he's driven it too hard. That car just doesn't want to turn anymore. The Metler still says he's in the pits, but we definitely have a lot of guys that have got damage this race for sure. They beat up those cars. They have not shied away from using them. Inside 20 to go now with 18 laps left. I don't see really anything majorly changing here unless a caution were to come out, as Alex Teft is going to try to hold on 4th position here. Pendle will be trying to get it, though, as he has 15 lap pressure tires, so he's going to have the advantage here for sure soon coming up, so I don't think he's going to be able to really put up much of a fight. Yeah, you see, he just lets them go right on by. Don't really think there is anything that you can do at that point, to be honest with you. Kinsley, he just ran. He's actually run the fastest lap of the race, surprising too, with the damage. 23:19. That is more than a tenth faster than the next fastest lap. So he has gotten on it at one point in the race. Probably had some guys that were close, but evidently they really weren't that close. 12 to go, getting inside of 10 to go here soon. Nathan, he's pretty much put on a clinic this whole entire night. He's had little to no challenge at this point. It's kind of made it hard to commentate because it's gone green basically the whole entire time, besides the caution at the very start. It is inside 10 to go now. Leroy, no, he's not going to catch Gary here. No way he's going to. Too far back, 7 seconds back. You're not going to make up that time here at this track. It's not going to happen, sadly for him. So he's going to have to most likely settle for third position at the moment. Become 6 to go now. It's going to be everybody except actually, he might laugh up to 5th place here in a minute. That is a possibility for sure. Kensley, who caused that wreck at the start, he'll go on to the inside and away. As it will be the white flag. That went by pretty quickly. That was being very, very quiet there. I was actually looking at the wrong driver. That makes a lot of sense why, as he has lapped up to 5th place. So only 4 drivers will be on the lead lap here, as Nathan will go into 3 and come out of 4. And he will pretty much dominate here at Dover. Qualified 2nd, and he comes home with the race win. Bowman is still in the middle of 3 and 4 here. He will come home second, qualified sixth, and Leroy just now entering three, coming out of four, qualified seventh, and he'll come home third. Watch him do his burnout here. I'll go up and I'll pull up the finishing order here now. We'll bring in the top three drivers. Start with Leroy here. So let me get him in. Hey, Leroy, this is Bryson Booth. Got a copy, man?
Yes, sir. I got you.
And so you come home third, qualified seventh. How did the race go for you overall, though? Because it seemed like everybody here was pretty tight because we had a lot of guys that were banging it off the exit of four there. But how was your car handling the whole night?
It got yeah, it got tight toward the end of the run. I was trying to take care of them, and it did get tight toward the end, but it wasn't too bad. I was actually surprised.
And, so how did you have to drive this track? Because I know because these corners are completely different. Coming off of four is different than coming off of two.
Yeah, I pretty much drove them the same. I entered low, let it drift up a little bit, did a diamond, and then came back down on the exit, and just try to take care, easy on the throttle.
So how much of this was a rhythm track? Because we only had one caution at the very start, and then the rest of it was green till the end. But how much of a rhythm did you have to get in here?
Definitely had to get into a rhythm. Um, Lap cars were really good. They didn't, bother too much. But yeah, it was definitely a rhythm I had to get into and just try to not overdrive the corners.
Yeah, it definitely seems like that. I know coming off of two was definitely a little treacherous. But how was the racing from your point of view? Because it seemed like everybody gave each other a lot of room, and then sometimes they'd get tight out of four. But it seemed like it was pretty good. But how was it from your point of view, the racing tonight?
I thought it was really good. Like I say, there were a couple times, I'd chase people down and, they wouldn't fight me too hard, just kind of gave way. And same way with lap cars. I thought the racing was really good and clean. For Dover, have such a long green run is definitely good racing.
All right, man. Well, before I let you go, is there anybody you want to thank? Any sponsors you want to shout out that may have been watching the stream here tonight?
Yeah, first of all, thank you guys for the broadcast. Thanks, Andrew, for the putting the league on and giving us a place to run every Thursday night. Actually, every night of the week if we wanted to. And then my Adrenaline Racing team, they've been a good help, great help to me. Nate, won tonight. He's been a good addition to the team. And yeah, there's just the whole Adrenaline Racing team.
All right, man. Well, I'll let you go, but good job coming home third tonight, man.
All right, thanks, man.
That was Leroy Koblenz. We'll bring in a second place driver in Gary Bowman. Hey, Gary, this is Bryson Booth. Got a copy, man?
Yeah, how you doing, Bryce?
And so you tried the undercut there, but just didn't work. Come home second, though. You qualified sixth. How did the race go for you overall, though?
Pretty good. I think somebody had some equipment issues at the start there, and I thought I got some damage, but I went on in the pits to check, and I was all right, but ended up starting in the back after that first caution. But I was just trying to save tires that whole first run because I knew it was going to go long.
How hard was it driving this track? Because I know the exit of 2 is pretty treacherous, but it seems like a lot of guys were having issues off of 4 because they were all smacking the wall.
Yeah, it's a little squirrely. If you get too excited with that loud pedal, it'll bite you. So yeah, I was just trying to be real smooth, rolling into the throttle on exit and rolling out on entry, and just try to maintain through the middle, let it roll, and it seemed to work out. But yeah, Nathan he had me covered tonight. So
Yeah, I was gonna say. So, and what was going through your head, on that last pit stop that you had? Because you tried the undercut, but it just didn't work. Was it pretty much just get out there and run for your life?
yeah, I saw it came out in front of him, but it wasn't enough because there was still 30 some laps. So I knew I wasn't going to be able to hold him off. But then I went into just conservative mode after he got by me and just made sure I hung on a second, didn't do anything stupid and hit the wall or something like that.
All right, man. Well, before I let you go, is there anybody you want to thank? Any sponsors you want to shout out that may have been watching the stream here tonight?
Yeah, just shout out to my teammate Ed Jurgen, Lounge Racing, and my lovely wife and all the grandkids. Macy might be watching tonight, and I'll have to check with her and see. And of course, you for doing the broadcast tonight. I'm sure you did a great job.
All right, man. Well, I will let you go, but good job coming home second tonight, man.
All right, thanks, man. Have a good night.
Gary Bowman, the second place driver. We will bring in Nathan, the race winner. Hey, Nathan, this is Bryce in the booth. Got a copy, man?
Yes, sir, I do.
Man, so you come home with the race win, pretty much pull a Larson on the whole entire field. How did the race go for you overall, though, man?
I felt really good. Me and John Ross, my teammate at Adrenaline, we kind of did a game plan on what I needed to do to be able to win, and I executed it. Except for that first pit stop at the tire barrel. That's not really good. But other than that, I felt like this was a great win for everybody at Team Adrenaline.
Yeah, so how hard was this track to drive? Because I know the XF2 is pretty treacherous, but it seems like a lot of guys were coming and smacking the wall coming out of 4 there.
It's really treacherous. This track overall, it's loose. It's like black ice kind of going in. If you drive it too deep, you get loose. And on exit, it's loose, so you kind of have to discipline yourself. But I feel like overall throughout the run, your right sides get really hot, so you start four-wheel sliding up into the wall, which is probably what you saw, or people just overcorrecting off the corner, getting too hands on throttle and getting the wall too.
It definitely seemed like that was kind of the whole issue. How hard was it to pass at this track, though? I mean, evidently you didn't have an issue, but how hard is it to pass, especially with having someone under you or someone to the outside of you coming off of 2? Because that seems like that's where the issue area is.
Yeah, it's really hard. I mean, here, luckily, we don't really have the problem of dirty air with how highly it's banked. But I mean, this is a one-lane track overall, so you're just really stuck. I mean, for me, I got lucky where every time I'd pass somebody, I was better on tires. But I mean, even with Gary, it was super hard because it's just a one-lane track, so you kind of have to wait for them to make a mistake, and then when they're on your outside, you're just kind of hoping they don't get loose on corner exit.
All right, man. Well, before I let you go, is there anybody you want to thank? Any sponsors you want to shout out that may have been watching the stream here tonight?
Yes, sir. I want to thank Zach Lockett, everybody at Team Adrenaline, Pro Rental America for sponsoring my car. And I want to dedicate this one to my dog that I put down a few weeks ago, but it's still kind of hard on my family. So I want to dedicate this one to him.
All right, man. Well, I will let you go. Good job coming home with the win tonight, man.
Thank you, sir.
That was Nathan, the race winner. I will go over the finishing order. Nathan first, Gary Bowman second, Leroy Koblenz third, Christopher Pendle fourth, fifth, Truth Hoke sixth, Alex Teff seventh, Troy Thomas eighth, Andrew Teff ninth, Aaron Marquise 10th, Ed Jurgen 11th, Kinsley Smith 12th, Hayden Malcolm 13th, Riley Frost 14th, Alex Bergen 15th, Matt Metler 16th, John Ross. Not a bad race overall. Definitely one of the more boring races, in my opinion, that I had to do because it was, everybody kept it green, but I'm not going to keep y'all here any longer. I will let you all go.